You're ready to go at Little Caesars Arena on this night after Christmas. Putting the log on the fire. Settle down and join us. 9-5 Clippers. Cross-court pass wide of Marcus Morris and out of bounds. Killian gets the screen from Duran. Cross-court pass picked off by Paul George. He was trying to find Jaden Ivey in the corner. George with the bounce inside the Zubac. Reggie Jackson back to George. Passes on the three. Back to Reggie for three. And that one is right down the middle. Marcus Morris with the rebound. Paul George rocks that dribble, rises and fires and fills it up.
And no hesitation on any of those shots. No hesitation on the ones he's missed. Very assertive.
Paul George pulls his way to the basket for a scoop and a score. Jalen Duran on him. To the baseline. Shot is around and down.
39 points that night, George.
Yeah, big time. Swipe. Norman Powell down the lane. Scoops it, scores it. After the first Paul George free throw. Paul George. Top side to Kennard, and he triples. Paul George gives it up. And Nick Batum knocks it down. Paul George with a screen from Zubac. Into the corner it goes, and Marcus Morris hits the shot. Just over 2 to play in the half. John Wall guarded by Killian. Sideline of Paul George, lets it fly and it falls. Boyan to the baseline. Boyan fires, fills it up. Count that baby, and a foul. Wall in the lane. Whoop, pass got away, picked off by Killian. Lobs it. Jalen Duran tried to touch it down.
You've done a lot of good things to get to this point. Got to make a few corrections, as Coach said, defensively. But you can get this done if you're the Pistons, and that has to be your belief.
Sure. Well, the Clippers got it first. Gives it up to Reggie Jackson, gets it back. Whipping the ball around to the Clippers. Paul George stops and fires and fills it up.
The rookie and the vet.
Marcus Morris with the shot, falling down, fills it up, and a foul.
Two of his last 4 games against the Pistons have been 30-point efforts.
This from the top.
That's frustration boiling over there, George.
Paul George, screen from Zubac. George to the lane. Each beanie purchase includes a ticket to a Piston home game and helps support non-profit organizations. Lengthening the Clippers' lead by 2. He has 5 dimes to go with 16 points. Paul George with a shot right down the middle.
It's an incredible sports town, and anybody that has lived here swears by it. Is Bogdanovich able to lay it in, but back on the other side, Paul George puts on a clinic.
Tried to wrap it around to Jalen Duran, knocked away and swiped by the Clippers.
That hasn't been automatic tonight. The Clippers have done a pretty good job cutting off those little shovel passes, those little drop-offs to Jalen Duran.
Too many fouls. The Pistons are already in the penalty, and the Clippers have no team fouls. George at the line. Buries them both.
I'm going to let you in on a little secret, George. I may have even told you this before. When you get excellent rebounding position, sometimes you hope it does miss.
Gives it up to Marcus Morris. His pass tapped away by Boyan. Boyan to the basket. Blocked from behind by George. Saved by Morris, but Duran's right there. Jalen Duran off the glass and good! Clippers by 3. Powell to the basket. Challenged by Jalen Duran, but he got that shot through him for a score. 2:42 to play in it. A bounce inside to Marcus Morris. Lost the handle. Scooped up by Killian. Alec Burks rifles it deep to beat Stu for a dunk. Sadiq fouled Paul George, who missed the first free throw. George ties the score. Killian with penetration off to Hamidou. He will drive it. Running Glasser, no. George with a rebound. Deep bounce. Norman Powell with a dunk.
Heck of a pass. Heck of a pass.
Thunder dunk, too, off the bounce. Killian inside for Hamidou. Rises and jams. Count that, baby, and a foul. It's only a 2-point lead, and the Clippers have the ball. Terrence Mann to Nick Batum. And now Tyronn Lue. Important free throws, to say the least, and he missed the first. Did he sit too long? George gets another. Gets this one to go. Throws, to say the least, and he missed the first. Back out to Paul George, 10 seconds left. George on top to Mann, gets to the paint, fires, fills it with 4.9 left. No timeouts for the Pistons. Paul George works the top against Killian. Drives it. Jump stop gun goes. Count it and a foul. And he converts. 4:15 to play. George gets inside. His pass too hot for Zubac. Pistons bring it the other way, but here's a steal by George. And a jam. Too hot for Zubac. Pistons bring it the other way, but here's a steal by George. And a jam.
Killian
took it away from Killian.
He never saw him, George. He was lurking back.
Clippers by 2. 3.5 left in overtime. Nick Batum rifles it to Luke Kennard. He'll fire and fill it up. 2:50 left in overtime. Mann from the baseline buries it.
Now they can't
The deuce for Mann. Jalen Duren, deep bounce to Beef Stew. Jalen to the basket. 57 seconds to play in overtime. Some guys will tell you it's a miss or make league. Pistons 0 for 8 down the stretch and 1 for 6.
But the Clippers, they were not going to go easy.
This is Heartbreak Hotel, folks. The Pistons had a big lead, seemingly had the game put away.